Wow. Peace, 13 love. Rise and fly high, stay true like the 9's, Royal Obey. Son of Big on my mama, Netas and Neta Rules, Negas, Neginis. Look cool, don't it? So, what I want to talk about, guys, I'm not going to be too long on it, long winded. And so, I reached a point in my meditation where I started, having overwhelming feelings. You know, I guess you could say I was activating my heart space. In the midst of activating my heart space, um, I started having this feeling to, like, I guess, speak this language. It was like this natural language that kind of came out that was attached to these feelings. And I pondered on it for a long time because even though I was saying these things and internally I knew what I was saying as far as what energy I was in, but as far as the meaning of the words that I was speaking, I didn't really know. Some of the words I looked up, they were online, but they were already associated with different, languages that are spoken on the planet. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I feel like, it's something that should be talked about. And my deep dive on it when I was thinking about it. And while I was thinking about this thing, one of the thoughts that came to my mind was the Sims game. And how the Sims game had the characters speaking a language. But you can understand the language. You only seen like the thought bubble over their head, kind of giving you like a reference to what they was talking about. Usually use some type of emoji. It might use food, might use like a musical sound, or might use like reading books and stuff like that. And I kind of start to wonder if like, what if that is what, this angelic language some people are calling, or like this primordial language that people are, accessing when they reach this heart space, this passion, this stage of self acceptance. And when I thought deeper on it, I said, what if that it's not really a language, but really like a default type of software that is within the human vessel to create language? Like what if the Sims characters, because some people be like, well, they understood each other, what I'm saying, and the thought bubbles were just for us. But what if the thought bubbles were being seen by the person in the Sims the same way we were seeing it? And it wasn't what they were saying, but more so a reality of them utilizing sound and their vocal cords and their jaw structure to create certain shapes with these sounds. And when the sounds kind of, went out into the reality, that sound or those so-called language that we thought they were speaking, it was only that picture that will pop up in that thought bubble. So while you're sitting there, you're hearing them, and then you will see a picture of a book pop up, and they'll have a conversation for a minute, and then the picture change, almost as if everything they were saying was only dealing with that book until they switched to another symbol. So that's what I'm getting at when I'm talking about, like, this default software that we're utilizing to create language. Hence why when you speak it, you do hear common words in what you're saying. And you might be speaking words from other countries, other ethnicities, different slangs, And I'm just saying that because I just want to give another side of, viewing things that we discover inside the self, and, just give you a different perspective of how to view something that we all might experience. You know what I'm saying? Because your experience is going to be your experience. But the material and the scenario of how your experience comes about might be similar, even though the outcome is different. Rather that be a different perspective or a different view of what I'm speaking about, there is a singularity, and that singularity is the space where we start to derive these different sounds. That's it, though. Something to think about. Rise and fly high, say true like the 9's. Royal Obey. I'm out.